In part one of this video series, you'll watch the drilling crew unload, position, and set up the drilling rig to begin drilling the first of 6 100-foot deep wells for our geothermal ground loop system here at Highledge Drive. It's about 7:15 a.m. here on April 6th, and today is the day that the geothermal wells will start to be dug. It's a beautiful day here with nice sunshine coming up. It's going to be nice warm. So this is it. This is the calm before the drilling storm, as it were, here at 85 Highledge Drive in Penfield, New York. Okay, the crew is here with the drill. So he's just walking the robot right down the driveway. This is freaking cool. That's Brian bringing the robot right down the driveway. This is the robot drilling machine. I think this is way cool. Got a little controller there. Drilling machine. Taking it right through the backyard. Mega cool. Good morning. I'm Al. Good morning. On April 22nd, 2021, the environmental drilling crew finished well number 6 of 6 total 100-foot wells on the Hibner's home property in Penfield. Join us now to watch this video to learn more about the amazing process to drill geothermal wells. So you can see the process here. They tied 2 wells together, put the internal core there, and then the machine starts to drill.
So are they pushing this like inner tube down further and further? Is that what's happening?
And as they're drilling down, this is the excavations that are coming. They're pulling that up so that we have a clear space for all the piping to go into.
Okay. Do they put the pipe in before they go to the next well?
I believe they will, because that would make the most sense.
Yep.
Because, I mean, there's always a chance that after you drill, if it's sitting, it can cave in on itself.
It could collapse.
Yeah, it could collapse.
That would make sense.
Yeah, I'm just curious, but
Hey, hello everybody. Today is April 7th. It's Wednesday, and I'm interviewing Zach Parker from A.C.E.S. And yesterday the drillers started. They were hitting normal dirt down to a certain level. Then they ran into some water and some geological formation that caused them to change how they're going to drill today. Zach, what did they do? What happened?
Well, basically they hit some silty material that didn't have a lot of moisture, and it was locking up the drill bit, if you will, and no drill shavings or anything was coming up, so they were basically having an issue with the drill bit getting locked up. So they're switched methods. They're using a different type of bit. They actually get mud involved to try and keep the hole open, if you will, and basically it's just a different process, different drill bit to get through, you know, different types of geological conditions.
And you mentioned in the drilling experience, usually the first well takes the longest. Why is that?
Oh, I think it's just sometimes about figuring out the geological conditions, and then the guys kind of get a program down, and then you know, kind of know what to expect on the next few holes.
So at this house, we're planning on how many wells for the
4.
geothermal system?
4 is the plan. Now that's always subject to change if things need to be changed, but it's sounding like they think they're going to be able to go to 150 foot depth and do the 4 wells here. Excellent.
Now, do they put the tubing down in the well before they move on to the next one? Or how does that work in terms of is it called HDPE?
That's right, high density polyethylene.
How does that get installed?
Yeah, they put it down in as they go. And then actually, so when they're done and they move on to the next one, you'll see a well sitting there with 2 pipes sticking out of the ground. So when the well drillers actually leave, you'll see 4 you know, spaces where there's 2 geothermal pipes sticking out of the ground. And that's at the point where we come in with a small excavator and we dig around each well. We get down to a depth of about 7 feet, connect them all together with kind of a manifold, and then, you know, connect the loop field into the house.
Fantastic. Well, I can't wait to see that whole process occur, because until the well is dug and everything's tied in, there's not really going to be an installation inside the house. Is that correct?
That's right. Yep, that'll be the next part. After the loop field, then we'll do the inside part.
All right. Well, thank you so much for answering the questions. I'm sure lots of people are interested in how this is working. Appreciate that. Thanks.
Thanks.
Okay, everybody, here we are at the end of day 2 of drilling, and we're still on well number 1. So we've had some issues. After day 1, they realized that they were having trouble keeping the hole open. So they started using drilling mud to inject down into the well to keep it open so they could drill further. They got down to 102 feet and found bedrock. And it took them an hour to go another 5 feet in bedrock, and the hole kept collapsing on them. So they decided to stop at 100 feet, and basically we have the approval to go ahead and put in 6 wells of 100 feet each for the total of 600 feet. But at the end of the day, when they went to put down the loop, when they went to put it down, they only could get it down to 70 feet, and it hung up. So they're going to have to come back again tomorrow and try again to open this well and put the loop, the geothermal fluid loop, back down to the 100-foot level, and then they can move on to well number 2. So instead of putting in 4 wells, 150 feet each, 10 feet apart, they probably will at this point be putting in 6 wells of approximately 8 feet or so apart over the remainder of the area here. So problems, the geology of 85 High Ledge Drive is kicking back at the drillers, but this is fairly typical, as I understood, that, you know, it's the first well, they learn how to do the first one, and then the remaining wells go much, much faster. So I'm anticipating that on Thursday, April 8th, we should get our first well completed and the plastic pipe, geothermal pipe, down in the hole, and hopefully by the end of day 3 they will have been able to move on to start drilling well number 2, and maybe even, who knows, maybe even complete well number 2. So that's the update from the project today. And yeah, that hole is causing some problems. It's the geology of my home that is just not cooperating the way we want it to. But I have confidence in these gentlemen. They know what they're doing. They're really super professionals. And they keep coming back day after day and finding new ways to beat the geology of High Ledge Drive. This is Allen Hibner again. Today is Tuesday, April 20th, and this is the 10th full day of drilling. We'll give you a little progress update. Right here we have under the barrel here well number 1, which was drilled starting on April 6th, 2 weeks ago, Tuesday. Well number 2 back there, you can see well 2 right there. Well number 3 right here. And what they did today, before they started well 6, was they pulled out the augers that were surrounding the HDPE tubing for well number 4, and did the same thing for well number 5, which you can see right there. Pulled the augers out to reclaim the augers. And what they're doing right now is continuing to drilling well number 6. And I would venture to say that that is the actual HDPE tubing that will be going down well number 6 sometime tomorrow on Wednesday, April 21st. So that's kind of where we stand on April 20th. And the 5 wells completely done, drilling the 6th, and they expect to be finished by tomorrow, Wednesday, April 21st. And in fact, the crews will be coming to start working on the inside of our house to get it ready to receive the new equipment, the new water furnace. So we expect that the crew will be coming back to excavate the ground around all these wells and tie them together, and then ultimately go right into, use a trench to go right directly toward that window and into the house. So that is the status update today, April 20th. The drilling job is almost finished, should be finished on the 21st of April. Here we are on Wednesday, April 21st, and Mother Nature has thrown us a little bit of a curveball. Got 3 inches or so of heavy wet snow. So the crew is drilling well number 6. Today's the last day of drilling. They only have 15 feet left to drill. And then tomorrow on Thursday, the 22nd, they will pull the drilling rig out of here. And this was the final day of drilling. You can see that the HDPE pipe is down the well, and all they have to do is remove that last section of auger. So they have it strapped to the auger so that it doesn't come out even more. It's been kind of hard for them to get the augers out. It keeps pulling some of the pipe up, so they have to be careful with that. So bottom line, that's it. This is well number 6. All I have to do is pull that last section of auger, and tomorrow on the Thursday, the 22nd, this drilling rig will be gone. After the well drilling was completed, the excavator crew arrived next to dig the trenches that connect all 6 wells. Watch this video to learn a lot more about how the closed-loop geothermal system was finished and brought right into our home, ready to be connected to the water furnace. So the excavation starts. It is April 22nd. We're beginning to excavate the wells. So the connections have been made in all 6 wells, and now the backfilling of the trench begins. Okay, looks like most of the backfilling is complete at this point, except for the trench here into the house. What are you guys doing here? These are the buckets of the...
So we mix the antifreeze with water solution.
Yep.
Mix it all down in the big blue barrel you see in the back.
Uh-huh.
That pump cart is our flush cart. So
Okay.
Mark's about to turn it on. And then as he's pumping the fluid in, any return water coming back will come out. And we'll take it out in these barrels.
Right.
And then once we put all the solution in from this point, then we will take the barrels out and flush. Just use the blue barrel to flush any air pockets or anything like that out. So,
Okay.
and then everything from there, hopefully another hour or two, will be purged out and on geothermal.
Fantastic. This is Lance from A.C.E.S, Geothermal and Solar. And Mark is doing the dirty work over there, also from A.C.E.S. So fire it up.
There we go.
Cool. Yep. So that's where the
This is where your return will be coming, where we'll
Yep.
the air start to purge out, and eventually we'll get water back.
yep. That is the solution that you mixed up. And this is the this is the distribution box?
That's the
or-
flow center. That's what
Flow
circulates
center,
the
flow
fluid
center.
through the geo unit and through the loop.
Right. Fantastic. Okay. So this is, as you were saying, Lance, this is going through somewhere on the order of 1,400 feet of piping, 3/4
Correct.
inch inside diameter piping. And that's about 40 to 50 gallons?
About 45 gallons.
45
of water.
gallons of fluid. So this is a mixture of antifreeze and water?
Correct.
Okay.
So
And I saw...
starting to get water back.
There comes the water now. So this is the water that's been in those 3/4 inch pipes.
Yeah, so they fill those lines to sink them down the wells.
Yep.
Because if there's water down there, the buoyancy of the pipe won't
Exactly.
allow it to-
The pipe has a tendency to float. When they first put it down, I see them tie it to the augers.
Yep.
They tied it.
Yeah, so the water helps weight it down. And
Right,
That's what
right.
allows it to sink.
Yep. I watched that process 6 times. Hey, look at that. That's purging the water out of the tubes. The HDPE, high density polyethylene.
Correct.
Right.
So that's
Cool.
all the antifreeze is in now. So now Mark will take our return line, put it in the blue barrel, and that will purge all the air. Any air left out in the loop field will purge out in that blue barrel.
Wow. Okay. Well, thank you for that. This is the kind of one of the final steps of this installation to fill the system with the fluid. Excellent. All right. Appreciate it. Thank you. Mark and Lance, I hope you had a good experience here at High Ledge Drive. You did a phenomenal job. I just can't say enough good things about
Well, thank you very
the
much.
system, and I hope we made it a little easier for you too.
Everything was great.
Excellent. All right. Well, thank you so much, and I'm sure we'll see you around.
Thank you.
And we'll be referring folks to you, for no question about that.
Perfect.
All right, thanks so much, and have a great weekend.